to mean another 10-15 minutes of map control, and they're very good at setting that framework like right immediately after the lane start or when the lanes start to rotate around a little bit. So I think they're going to play differently and ban differently on each side.
Okay, Dakota, what about you? Do you think there's any other heroes that really come to mind when you think about CDEC that EG perhaps has prepared against them?
The only thing I can think of is if EG feels CDEC is worthy enough, or if they value enough getting this win, that maybe they entice or bait out CDEC to pick something that they are comfortable with, and that's when they pull something out, similar to what they did against Fiji Gaming with the FY Bounty Hunter. Maybe they throw out there the Lesh, or they do give them the Gyro and risk taking that head on with something they might have been able to formulate, you know, outside of the TI. So I'm not too sure, to be honest. It just comes down to how much EG have prepared for this kind of matchup, because CDEC, once they build up that kind of momentum, if they get something like a Gyro, they make that 7-minute gank happen, they end up being successful. It's very hard to take that back away from them. They will hold on to that advantage and not look to let go.
Yeah. Now, of course, EG, like you mentioned, I mean, a lot of times they are known this week in TI to be giving up a lot of these strong heroes and just say, all right, we have a counter prepared, or we want to try this maybe, see how it pans out. But overall, it doesn't seem to have met the level of success they probably wanted it to, nor their fans. Do you think now, when it's now fighting for that first seed, do you think it's important for them to just say, all right, we'll just go with whatever's most stable? Maybe that's a switch that they need, because they're always too dynamic about their drafting. What do you guys think about that option?
For EG?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much they care about the current group standings, but even if they win 2-0, they're not safe. Like
that's true.
The thing. So the question is, if you look at it as like a gamble and whether you want to quote unquote burn a strat, I would agree probably taking the stable approach here, because ultimately whether or not you get first place is actually now out of your hands. You can win the 2-0 against CDEC, but if they win their other match 2-0, you're still second.
Right.
Now, if you win 2-0, you force them to win, because then a draw is not enough for them. So if they tie you still win on head-to-head. And, of course, in addition, you want to show that you're strong, right? So, of course, you want to go for the wins. I would say it's unlikely to see something very funky for EG here, because the actual value of winning this series might be nothing, right? It could be. So I would agree. Stable here. As far as going further in the tournament, I think it's really good that they're being funky with their draft. It's the way they've historically won a lot of tournaments by catching their opponents off guard. It's great to have aces up your sleeve, but the question is, how many aces do you have in the deck? You might want to save them for the main event.
That's a good way to put it. Ben, on the flip side, EG does have a lot of niche picks. Do any of these directly go against what CDEC wants to play, so that CDEC maybe has to ban these out on the other side?
I'm not sure how effective Clinks will be. I think that's one that they turn to a fair amount. Clinks is good at punishing greedy.